Have you ever witnessed a moment so deeply unfair that it felt like the world stopped breathing? A black guest accused of stealing something he never touched. A white manager who risks her job and reputation to defend a man everyone else had already judged. A hidden CCTV clip powerful enough to expose corruption or destroy the only person willing to tell the truth. And in a hotel built on luxury, silence, and image, justice becomes the most dangerous thing anyone can stand for. The Crystal Grand Hotel was glowing under its golden chandeliers the night Marcus Hale checked in. He had flown from Atlanta for a 3-day tech conference. Tired but calm, carrying only a laptop bag and a worn backpack. As he approached the reception desk, he noticed nothing unusual, just the typical polished chaos of a luxury hotel. But Emily Carter, the manager on duty, did notice something unusual. It was the way 2 junior staff members stiffened the moment Marcus walked toward them. She hated that reaction. She had been fighting this kind of silent bias her entire career. Ignoring it for the sake of professionalism didn't erase the sting. Still, she greeted Marcus warmly, handed him his keycard, and wished him a pleasant stay. Marcus had barely taken 20 steps toward the elevator when a scream sliced through the lobby. Boutique clerk ran out shouting that an $8,000 watch had been stolen. Security rushed in. Guests turned. Staff whispered. And in that panicked noise, the clerk pointed straight at Marcus. It was him! He was standing near the counter. I know his face! Marcus froze, stunned. I wasn't even inside your shop. But the damage was done. The assistant manager, Collins, stepped forward, his voice low but loud enough for everyone nearby. Sir, we need you to cooperate. Please open your bag. A dozen eyes locked on Marcus, not with curiosity, but judgment, the kind that comes too easily when the accused is black and the accuser is not. Marcus lifted his hand slightly. Search whatever you want. I didn't take anything. Security rummaged through everything, his pockets, backpack, laptop sleeve, nothing, not even space where something could have been hidden. But Collins insisted on taking him to the back office. He probably ditched it somewhere on the way, he said, not even pretending to hide his assumption. Emily stepped forward at last, her patience gone. We follow procedure. And procedure means we check the cameras first. Collins hated that answer, but he couldn't publicly oppose her. They escorted Marcus to a small security room. He sat silently, insulted but composed. The kind of composure that comes from a lifetime of being treated with suspicion for no reason. Emily pulled hours of camera footage, scanning angles of the boutique hallway. She expected to find the truth, but what she found chilled her blood. The moment she pressed play, she realized the clip had been tampered with. The recording was rewound to a moment where Marcus passed by the shop, creating the illusion that he had been lingering near the counter. But something was wrong. The timestamp flickered, jumping backward. Someone had edited the playback. She checked earlier footage and found a different figure, shorter than Marcus, wearing a cap and a cream jacket, slipping the watch into a pocket. The real thief. Marcus wasn't even in frame. Emily turned to Collins. You rewound it and paused it at the wrong moment. You tried to make it look like he was there when he wasn't. Collins didn't even flinch. We need a quick resolution. The guest who lost the watch is influential. We can't afford a scandal. And look at him. No one will question this. Don't make this harder. Emily felt something explode inside her. She had seen bias before, but never this open. Never this intentional. Marcus looked between them, understanding exactly what was happening. So that's it? He said quietly. I'm convenient. Emily shook her head. Not today. Not with me here. Collins warned her. If you escalate this, you're risking more than your job. The board trusts me, not you. Emily didn't respond. She simply downloaded the untouched footage onto a secure drive, walked out of the room and called the police, not to arrest Marcus, but to report an attempted evidence manipulation inside the hotel. Collins panicked. You can't do this! But it was too late. Officers arrived. Guests gathered. Staff whispered nervously. Emily stepped into the center of the lobby with the same calm. Marcus had shown earlier and played the real footage on the lobby display screen. In seconds, the truth silenced the entire hotel. Gasps spread. The real thief was clearly visible, face uncovered. A guest recognized him as someone who had checked out earlier that day. Marcus stood there, emotionless at first, then slowly breathing again, like someone finally allowed to exist without suspicion. The boutique clerk went pale. Collins tried to speak but couldn't form a sentence. Police traced the thief using records and caught him within hours. Marcus was cleared completely. Emily apologized to him, not for something she had done, but for something she refused to let happen. Marcus nodded, gratitude shining beneath exhaustion. "Thank you for not turning away." The board suspended Collins for misconduct. The clerk faced disciplinary action. News spread about the incident. And instead of the hotel facing scandal for theft, it received praise for a manager who chose integrity over image. Marcus attended his conference, but over the next 2 days, he kept running into Emily in the cafe, in the lobby, and the breakfast lounge. Their conversations grew longer, warmer, easier. On Marcus's last night, they stood outside the hotel entrance under soft evening lights. Emily said, "If I had stayed silent, it would have eaten me alive." Marcus smiled. "You didn't save me." "You did what decent people should do, but I'm grateful it was you." They exchanged numbers, nothing dramatic, just quiet hope. As Marcus left for the airport the next morning, Emily watched from the lobby window, and for the first time in years, she felt proud of the person she had chosen to be. Not a manager protecting a brand, but a human protecting what was right. Justice didn't just clear Marcus's name. It changed both of their lives in ways neither of them had expected. Marcus had left the hotel, but Emily kept replaying that night in her mind like a scene stuck between heartbeats. Every time she crossed the marble lobby where the truth had finally broken through, she felt the echo of the moment when an innocent man had been seconds away from losing everything. She wondered what would have happened if she hadn't spoken up. Would Marcus still be walking with the weight of a lie on his shoulders? The thought unsettled her more than she wanted to admit. 2 quiet days passed. The hotel returned to its polished routines, but Emily did not. The silence inside her felt almost loud. She checked her phone more times than she was willing to confess, until finally a message arrived. Short, careful. It felt like Marcus. Reached safely. "Thank you. More than I can express." Emily typed a reply. "Deleted it." Typed again. Deleted it again. Her pulse betrayed her in ways she didn't want to name. At last she wrote only, "You didn't deserve what happened. I'm glad the truth won." She sent it before she could overthink the simplicity. That night, trouble stirred again inside. Crystal Grand Hotel, a family from Dubai reported their designer bag missing from their room. The timing was terrible. Collins was already suspended from the first incident, and the staff was stretched thin, nerves pulled tight like strings ready to snap. Whispers traveled through service corridors. Supervisors double-checked access logs. Emily tried to focus on her shift, but something felt wrong. Guests were uneasy. Staff was defensive, and all eyes seemed to drift toward her, as if she had been marked by the last scandal. Hours later, when the cameras were reviewed, the footage showed an unfamiliar man entering the hallway, a man who wasn't registered, wasn't staff, and wasn't supposed to be anywhere near guest floors. Panic rippled through the control room. A breach like that could ruin the hotel's reputation in minutes. Emily volunteered to accompany security to sweep the upper floors. It wasn't her job, but she couldn't stand still while rumors grew like shadows. As they reached the West Wing, she heard footsteps. Light, hurried. She signaled the guard. Together they followed the sound around a corner and froze. In the dim emergency light, a man stood with a silver suitcase, the missing one, his hands trembling. He wasn't dressed like a thief. No mask, no gloves, just fear, raw and obvious. "I wasn't stealing," he stammered. "I swear, I thought it was my brother's. He checked out yesterday. Same room number last month. Same bag." Emily stepped forward slowly, reading his eyes. Guests lied all the time, but this panic wasn't the panic of someone caught. It was the panic of someone misunderstood, someone like Marcus had been. "Put the bag down," she said gently. "Let's talk." The man obeyed instantly, breath breaking like a faulty engine. His passport confirmed his story. He had indeed stayed before, in the same room number but on a different floor. A simple mistake. A stupid one, but a mistake, not a crime. Security wanted to detain him anyway. The hotel had become paranoid. But Emily spoke firmly, her voice steady in a way that surprised even herself. "We're not repeating what happened last time," she said. "Not in this hotel. Not on my watch." Her words halted the tension the way a hand stops a closing door. The guard hesitated, then nodded. They escorted the man to the lobby, where he apologized repeatedly to the family and returned the suitcase unharmed. A misunderstanding resolved without humiliation, without assumptions, without brutality. Later, when the commotion settled and the night quieted, Emily walked back toward the staff elevator. Her phone vibrated. Another message. Marcus again. Couldn't sleep. Kept thinking. Did you get home safe? Her chest warmed in a way she didn't fight this time. She leaned against the elevator door, smiling without meaning to. Yes, she typed. Long day, but I handled something differently today. Because of you. The typing dots appeared instantly on his end, then disappeared, then returned. I wish I could have seen that. She hesitated only 1 second before replying. Maybe you will.